Saturday Social is powered by FIFA 22 with PlayStation.
Right, let's crack on with the show then, because talking about Chelsea, I mean, the top three in the Premier League this season, how good are they? Chelsea, Liverpool, Manchester City, absolutely running away with it already. The goal difference is brutal. The points are brutal. And the challenge we are setting our guests as well is pretty brutal, Zach.
Yeah, it's not easy, guys. Some would say it's quite impossible.
I think it is impossible.
To make the ultimate team from those three teams, from Chelsea, Liverpool and Man City. Theo, you're going to be the manager. Nicole, you're going to be the assistant manager, helping make the decisions. First off, though, again, not an easy task, formation. What are we going with, Nicole?
I'm going 4-3-3. I think that makes sense.
OK, 4-3-3.
You're going to fight me already?
Any debate?
There's an argument for 5 at the back. I think we'll get to that when we talk about the team.
OK.
But I'll agree with 4-3-3 because you need that extra forward position. Yeah, it's going to be a debate and a half. I'm just looking at the table.
I know.
A lot of magnets.
The table in front of us, as you can see, features the faces of pretty much every member of every squad, and we've got the whiteboard in front of us, classic Saturday Social style.
Love it.
So let's start with the goalkeeper position, shall we? Because I think this is hard.
This is one of the hardest ones, I think.
Should we just clarify at the start? Are we going to do it based on this season or overall? I think it should be this season.
I think
only this
it's
season.
a different team otherwise.
Because it's a very different team.
I think I've just changed my opinion from you saying this season. You've got to go with Edouard Mendy.
Mendy, OK, yeah.
I kind of agree.
I'm not going to complain.
Yeah.
I'm not going to complain.
Obviously,
he's
you're
got
not
the
gonna
highest
complain,
save percentage
Yes,
of all the goalkeepers in the Premier League right now. He's doing not too bad, especially out of these three.
But it's tough, though, because I think they've all got the same amount of clean sheets, all three of them, all top goalkeepers. But, yeah, I think he's made
with the ball at their
most
feet.
saves.
This is the thing as well. And also, there are arguments to be made about Edouard Mendy that having the 3 at the back, the 5 at the back sort of structure, Thomas Tuchel's unbelievable ability to coach a defence does cover for him to some level. He doesn't need to be the sort of sweeper keeper that Ederson has to be. So they're different types of keeper.
That's true.
But if it's based on this season alone, overall I might go Alisson. I think he's probably the best of the 3.
Alisson, you
But I think this season I would go Edouard Mendy.
Yeah. I completely agree. I wrote down Alisson thinking an overall, but I agree this season to go with Edouard.
Stick him on.
Stick him on.
First name is on the board, Edouard Mendy. What a signing and what an impact he's been.
I'm a happy man. I'm a happy man.
Yeah, I bet you are. This next position right back, I think, is maybe the hardest in the entire thing.
I think it's easy. Right.
OK.
Go on then, how's it easy?
As in, for me, it's got to be Reece James. What?
Are we not going to talk about player of the month nominee?
Trent is obviously...
Trent
is incredible. We've known this of him for the past few years. I feel like Reece James... OK, so he's got, I think, 4 goals, 4 assists so far this season, which is incredible. Like, he's so strong defensively, but he also is brilliant in attack. Like, I just think right now...
But he does play as more of a wing-back than a right-back, and you've opted for a 4 at the back yourself.
Good point. And that's why 5 at the back would have changed the game. But I feel like we'll go 5 at the back, you're just going to end up with loads and loads of Chelsea players because that's the formation they play.
But how can he not be in there?
Plus, people also argue there's, as great as Trent is as a fullback, people do say that his defensive side of the game isn't as strong as Reece James is.
Zach.
But then that kind of is covered by Reece James being a wing-back, isn't it?
But Liverpool play a 4 at the back, Chelsea play a 5, and Trent has proven to be...
Reece James has played 4 at the back as well throughout his career.
I'm going to be honest, I think I love Reece James. I think he's an absolutely brilliant player. But I think the best right back in the world is Trent Alexander-Arnold.
Can I just say, we haven't even discussed this man.
Put him back down.
Kyle Walker, we haven't even discussed him.
Going forward, he's not on the same level as them two.
No. He's not in the same bracket as them right now.
But defensively, probably the best up 3.
Yeah, and let's not forget, he keeps both of these guys out of the England side.
He does. But that is because he's played under Southgate since the Russia World Cup 2018. And there's
loyalty.
There's loyalty there.
Okay.
You can't just drop him.
I think he might have made a mistake with the formation. Because I'm looking at the forwards and I actually don't think they're as strong as the defenders.
That's a good point. This season's all been about defenders. FPL, all the points are it.
You haven't put anyone on there yet. You could still change formation last minute if you wanted to.
But this is your last opportunity now.
We're going for it at the back to make it.
Okay, so put your right back on that.
This is stressful. I love that you're grabbing Trent. Oh, you are the manager.
I'm taking over.
Oh my goodness, the manager has just...
Oh, but Reece James, how are we leaving Reece James?
I might be sacked in the morning, but he's on the board.
Fair enough.
Look, I'm not going to argue. He's incredible.
Exactly. It's not too bad. We should move on to the centre backs.
Yeah, let's do it.
We'll go with one first. Who are you thinking?
Ruben Diaz, surely.
First name, I think, Thiago Silva.
Oh, my word. This is where it's going to be serious.
This is the first man I put on the...
Why was your first name Ruben Diaz?
I think he's made such an impact.
But this season, Chelsea's defence has been maybe the best in the league. Conceded the least goals. Virgil van Dijk is still, for me, the outstanding centre-back in
Van Dijk, Van Dijk is... Oh, you're going to try and
So now Liverpool have conceded the least amount of goals? Or is it Chelsea?
I think it's still Chelsea. It's still Chelsea.
But they play a 5-back system.
They've conceded 6 goals this season, Chelsea.
For me, Thiago Silva, if we're going this season, the sort of things Thiago Silva is doing at his age is incredible. The experience he builds. I think he's the first name.
37 years old now.
Wow.
That is insane. Did you see the bicycle kick clearance?
Indeed.
Was it Juventus?
Yes, against Juventus.
You're really trying to convince us.
Has he been your best centre-back? In your opinion, as a Chelsea fan, you watch every game.
This season, maybe Rudiger maybe level with him. But again, in a 3-back formation.
This is the thing, when it's only 2 centre-backs.
Van Dijk, are you thinking
Van Dijk has got to go in this team.
Van Dijk, especially him coming back
Theo,
off Liverpool after injury.
We've got 2 centre-back positions here.
I'd be shocked.
And you're just going to deny Ruben Diaz?
No, I'm doing Ruben Diaz and Van Dijk.
You both agree on Diaz, so I think Diaz on the ball.
No, you don't, do you?
I think it's Thiago Silva and VVD or Diaz.
Or Diaz.
Yes.
Yeah, I think for me, it's got...
Well, you have to respect the Chelsea back 3 system, and you have to go with the leader. Therefore, you can, Nicole. I'll let you pick the other centre back, but Silva's on the.
Okay.
All right, go on then. You pick Thiago Silva, and then the pressure all goes on to Nicole.
This is on form, remember? Because you can easily go, the best players, and just go for these 2.
Yeah.
Okay, but we're talking the Premier League this season. And not just the Premier League. He's been performing in all competitions this year, and it's outstanding what he's doing at his age. He's on the board. Okay. Nicole, I'll let you choose.
Oh, that's so hard. Van Dijk or Ruben Diaz? I think I'm going to go for Van Dijk.
I think it's criminal not to put Van Dijk on the board. For the difference-making level of Virgil van Dijk, if you think of when he was unavailable last season and the difference he's able to make this season, he's just stepped back into being at the top level without even a stumble. I think he absolutely has to be on there for me. I think that the decision between Diaz and Van Dijk is a no-brainer.
Okay. And no shout-out to Matic, who's been fantastic this year.
Yeah,
great Rudiger, as I mentioned, has also been really good for Chelsea. Chalobah's been brilliant as well. He's very young footballer.
Look at these players. They are incredible. This is such a tough decision. But if you're looking at the best... I think it's got to be Van Dijk, and for what he brings. And
let's forget, he's coming back from a long-term injury. We have to respect that, you know.
But let's put some respect on Matip's name as well, right? How good has Joel Matip been this season?
Yeah, I think he's been excellent. You know, it's been difficult. You know, you see a player like Konate come into the team and you think, he's going to be partnered up with Van Dijk and be the new name, but Matip's been the one shining. You think Matic deserves to be on the list?
No, it's got to be VVD. Let's stick him up.
Yeah.
Stick him up and move on to left backs. 3 outstanding options: Ben Chilwell, Cancelo and Robertson.
Now, this is impossible.
I think this is one of the easiest positions to pick. I really do. I actually think...
I've just seen him.
I actually think that Cancelo has been by far the best left-back in the league. I think Robertson's been good, but there's been moments where Tsimikas has almost been stepping into that side at times.
The injury,
But even when he was back fit, there was a bit of debate amongst Liverpool fans. Will Tsimikas keep him out? And Robertson's kind of said, no, I'm coming back into the side. Ben Chilwell, at the start of the season, was being kept out by
I'm saying, Ben Chilwell's been great. 6 Premier League games.
And got 3 goals and 1 assist.
Yeah, I totally agree.
And let's not forget, for England, he was bagging a goal again. I mean, to do that
He's been brilliant.
Left back, left wing back, that's incredible.
I totally agree, but at the start of the season, he was being kept out the side by Marcos Alonso. And now he's picked up a major injury.
But are we actually acting like this team is going to play tomorrow? Do you know what I think?
And João Cancelo has been just ridiculous. A right-footed left-back.
Inverted full-back. And he's still probably been the best left-back in the world on form.
I mean, it's incredible. The assist for Raheem Sterling, was it 2 weekends ago now, with the outside of his right foot?
My favourite social media account is Stop That Cancelo. That's enough to put him on the board. I think we're all going to agree.
Yeah, it has to be Cancelo up there for me.
You know, I'm with Chilwell, you know, but I feel like we need to have this is too Liverpool Chelsea dominant right now.
It's got to be Cancelo.
Okay, yeah.
Cancelo's been one of the most on form in the world, honestly.
Yeah, and also we haven't got a City player up there yet as well,
Yeah,
which
no,
I think is
that's what-
disrespectful given their current levels.
Agreed.
Get him in.
Now we come to some real debate as well. Let's start with the sort of DM position.
This is the easiest thing in the world.
Okay,
Ooh,
so you think
go
Rodri,
on.
don't you? Straight away.
Straight away, this guy. Now, there's been a lot of doubt last year on his performances, and if he's compared with up there with the best. I think, for example, Kante was better than him last year, but this year he has been an incredible pivot. Everything he's done has been absolutely perfect. He doesn't miss a pass.
But when does Fabinho put a foot wrong? I feel like Fabinho, to be honest with you,
solid.
people now almost have just, oh, well, it is what it is. He is the best DM in the world most of the week. So I think it's almost like you just take it for granted how good Fabinho is.
All I'm saying, who finished third in the Ballon d'Or?
Yeah.
Oh,
Jorginho's up there, and then arguably, I know it's about this season.
This is
but
form.
N'Golo Kante when he plays.
Oh, yeah.
Incredible. I know. How can we not have Kante in
But he
there,
hasn't
though?
played a lot.
No,
I do
know.
understand that. That does make a lot of sense.
This is the thing. If we're going off this season,
Yeah.
Rodri has to be on there for me.
okay. Nicole, any thoughts on Rodri versus Fabinho versus Jorginho versus Kante?
You see, I would go with Kante, but if we are literally just doing this season so far, you kind of can't.
Henderson's
With him,
got
can
2
you?
goals and
What about
3
this
assists
man?
as
I
well.
would
What about
do
this
Jordan
man?
Henderson.
Thiago.
He's found form
really kicked
recently,
on
hasn't he?
Yeah, no, I
He's
don't
scoring
think the best,
goals
though.
that I can't even. I could take 100 shots at net and not even do that. The
Yeah,
one where it just flicked up.
Yeah.
Oh my.
I think Rodri's got to be the DM.
Gravity.
In fact, I think we've got to put respect on Thiago's name because people don't even, before the season there was a lot of disrespect on the signing, calling him a flop and all this and saying he's a merchant for putting a thumbs up and stuff like that. But no, recently he's been outstanding.
No, but he's not making the cut here.
And he has still only started 5 Premier League games.
That's the thing. It's been the last few.
Yeah, no, you can't
have any-
base him
can't
on
have
that.
any recency
Rodri.
bias.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so Rodri's going in.
Rodri on there.
Okay, I
Rodri's
agree.
going
I
in.
think
Kante
Who
not
we-
in
in the
there,
middle,
but-
a
Who are
little
we
while.
partnering Rodri with?
Again, you've got
Because
a lot of. You've got some
There's some
great
really
City
good
midfielders.
options in here, and I think one name stands above the rest in that central midfield area because I actually think he's been converted into a proper lights-out central midfielder. That's Bernardo Silva.
I agree.
Agreed, yeah.
Yeah.
I
He's been
don't know
incredible.
what he's been eating for breakfast,
Yeah,
Bernardo
yeah,
Silva,
yeah.
this season. Honestly,
Well, scored quite a few goals.
That volley-
it's incredible.
Volley
I
against
was
Aston
there.
Villa is quite frankly outrageous and maybe the best goal this season.
But it's not just, it's the whole counter-attack City did, and
Yes,
then the run he makes to beat the defenders. Unbelievable. And the finish, it's just like,
Arguably,
just get him on the
Yeah.
board.
Arguably, he's been the best player of the season so far.
Other
as
than
well.
Salah. Other
So
than
we all
Salah, not
agree.
named Mo
No,
Salah.
Salah's been the best.
Yeah.
Consulting my assistant
Bernardo
here.
Got to
Silva,
be,
yeah.
my word.
Nicole,
Yeah.
have I got
He was in
permission?
my list. You've got permission. You can put him on the...
Do you know what I also think is really impressive about Bernardo Silva is we all know about Pep's rotation. He feels like the one player alongside Rodri that is just nailed
Can't
on.
be, yeah,
Name
yeah.
on the team sheet. Started 13 Premier League games this season, 5 goals, 1 assist. He doesn't put a foot wrong.
And his versatility, I watched him play against Chelsea and he was basically playing DM.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
mental. It's ridiculous how great he
No,
is.
he's brilliant.
Okay, the other midfield position.
This is tough.
This is really hard. I think there's some...
A certain Mason Mount should be getting
I
mentioned.
think
Hold
it's
on.
got to be Mount.
He doesn't
Ballon
even play
d'Or,
most of the
Based
time.
on
shout
this
out.
season.
Yeah, I know.
Based on this
Based on this season, I don't
Mason
think
Mount
Mason...
gets dropped, comes back in.
I think Mason Mount
He has
overall
played
would get in
He's
there.
played 7 games this season, 4 goals, 3 assists.
That's very good.
That is so... How, Joe, come on.
He was
fight me.
injured.
Yeah.
He
However,
was injured. He had
it's got to
dental
be
issues as well.
7 games.
I do
Only
agree.
half-
Yeah, but then
But
what,
Henderson,
he pulled off in those games?
Henderson only played a couple more. He's on 11.
No, not Henderson. Put him down.
Henderson
No.
against Everton was incredible.
We're not putting
incredible.
Jordan Henderson
Hold
on
on,
the board
hold on,
over
hold on.
Mason Mount. Are you mad?
For me, Jordan Henderson does not put a foot wrong.
I agree with
and,
Nicole. I
and
don't
if you
think-
watch
No.
90 minutes
I'm on
of
Nicole's
football,
side here.
I'm on Nicole's
if you
side
watch-
as well.
Really?
I
No.
think he is an amazing asset.
And he
and
has been
Exactly.
Liverpool fans
Leadership and
will thank
stuff.
that I've mentioned him because this guy is just...
Yeah.
He's worth a shout out. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
100%. and look, and you are the manager, and you're the assistant
No,
manager at the end of the day.
we're gonna.
You
argue
guys
here.
mentioned Fabinho. How many Liverpool
2
players?
DMs.
No.
I mean, if it's on the season,
back.
Fabinho's been very good as well.
Well, we should
No.
mention this man. Who's
yeah.
not going to get a shout out.
Last
Kevin
season
De
was...
Bruyne.
Incredible. I know.
Kevin De Bruyne. Not been. I feel a bit sorry for him. He's obviously had injury problems. He feels like he hasn't quite recovered from that facial
Yeah.
injury that he picked up in the Champions League final. It was,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
indeed.
And he didn't have the best Euros. Has been a stop-start at the start of the season. Undeniably, if it was overall and it wasn't just based on the season, he'd be on the board.
yeah,
He'd be one of the
yeah.
first names on the board if
Yeah.
it was overall. But this season, can't go out.
No, agreed.
How can you pick Kevin De Bruyne at the usual level that he's performing at? He's nowhere near. I mean, Pep dropped him and said, you know, Bernardo Silva, Foden, other players were performing better so in their team. And I respect that from Pep, because it doesn't matter how good of a footballer you are, he will still play the best 11 on form. No one's bigger than the team.
Okay, so we need a third name then. We need a third name here.
Kante and De Bruyne, obviously, overall.
Incredible. They would be on the board, but this season... Oh, but then it seems crazy to have them there just sat on the table staring at us.
You've also got to think of balance, potentially. Does Mason Mount offer you a little bit more going forward?
I think it's got to be Mason Mount.
Get money Mace on there.
Okay,
come on, Theo. Yep. You know you want to.
Get it up.
It's just a 7 games.
You might watch this as well, you never know.
Yeah.
Shout out Mason if you're watching.
That's rough.
Money Mace.
Exactly. Perfect.
I'm unconvinced about that. I'm unconvinced, but let's move on to the forwards. Let's move on to the forwards.
I agree with you. I'm unconvinced as well. I'm a manager.
This is why it's not an easy task. It's an impossible task.
Let's move on to an easy task, the right wing. Because there's no debate.
Oh, yeah. Come on.
There's no debate.
Riyad Mahrez, get him on.
Why is everyone laughing?
Absolutely incredible. What is he on? 13 goals?
Hold on.
13?
Are we going to not free up a space and put him at striker so we can put someone else on
You can do if you want. If you want to be a bit rogue.
We say it's free-flowing. They could be, you know, swapping positions. But he's out-and-out position.
The moment we put Salah on the board at right wing, we're ignoring Riyad Mahrez.
He's been...
What?
So you don't think he doesn't even deserve a mention?
Mahrez has only started 4 Premier League games this season.
A mention, but we can mention everyone on this table.
No chance.
And let's not forget Salah's been involved in 21 goals in 14
Oh, yeah,
games.
he's in the team, don't get me wrong.
Insane.
But it's whether you free up a space. OK.
Look, it's behind you right there. He is the best player right now. He's
always on the team. It's just what position you want, really.
Indeed.
We'll do,
And
right wing.
I mean, we're going to discuss him in the Ballon d'Or chat, so let's not go too much detail about him.
We'll get on to
just what a player.
I think maybe do the left wing and then we can do the forward line, the striker after.
Oh, this is so... Look at them. This is so...
A lot of good players.
The left wing, and we could also... I mean, you could play Mahrez out there, but I don't think he started enough games. And then just run through some of the names, Nicole, we've got them potentially in that left wing spot.
I mean, look at Foden as well. Sterling. You see, for me, this has got to be Mane. But then is it a bit boring doing all Liverpool? I mean, I don't want to
But they have been fantastic. Look, if it's based on this season,
they're so good. They're the top, I mean, apart from Vardy, all 3 of them are the top scorers.
I think
the Liverpool forwards are all up there. They've been absolutely incredible. The amount of goals that Liverpool are scoring this season is insane. They're such a threat. Mane is brilliant.
Is a joke of a football player.
And I mean,
do you not think though that maybe because Pep rotates
this
so
season
much
we've not seen
that
enough.
we are maybe because only a couple of these guys. I don't think any of these guys forwards.
But he started as many games as Mason Mount. He started as many games as Mason Mount. We've got Mason Mount in the midfield, Phil Foden.
There we go. And and when he plays,
he's just had injury problems.
Outstanding.
But Jack Grealish, we know his ability. £100 million player.
What have you made of Jack Grealish this season?
I think the pressures, the price tag, all the news that's going on about him, I think it's too much. If he stayed at Villa, he would have had another incredible year and had amazing statistics. I think the way he's come to City, it's just a lot of pressure, isn't it? It's too much for a lad like himself. So I think he will get better and his stats will improve. I just think at the moment, you can't put him on the board.
We know as well, Pep, when he signs wingers, their first season isn't as great as their ones afterwards. They do go on quite far afterwards.
Yeah. Also, when you look at it's so hard, isn't it? Because we're comparing these players who are incredible. Like, there's so much talent on this table, and it is so hard. Who are we to sit here and be like, you know, my five-a-side career? It's like really cool.
The second string team of this would probably also win the Premier League.
Definitely.
That'd be incredible.
Let's get a name up then. What are we going for?
I think it's got to be Mane.
Yeah, I agree. Most goals.
Thogden's going to...
7 goals, 1 assist,
I just think it's disrespectful
starts.
we don't have Phil Foden on...
We could play Phil Foden as a false 9 if we want to, potentially. But I think Mane's got to be on the board.
There's a striker I'm looking at for that position.
OK. So let's make a decision on the left wing.
Are we really going to go for a front 3 Liverpool? They probably deserve it.
There you go. Stick him up, Nicole. Stick him up.
I think, I think it's got to be.
I'll let you... Because this is... Yeah.
And then let's do the striker then.
Let's do it.
Because you say there's a name you've been identifying here, Phil.
It's flying up there. OK, it's very simple.
Jota.
Diogo Jota.
It's got to...
It's crazy that a few years ago, I was watching him play for Wolves in the Championship, destroying David Wheater and the Bolton lads. And I was thinking, all right, this guy's on loan from Atletico Madrid. Fair enough, he looks quite good. But never did I ever think, a few years later, he'd be the best on form.
Birthday boy today, turned 25, 8 goals,
really?
1 assist.
HBD.
Indeed.
Played him on Foot Champs. He is horrible.
He's a good FIFA player, isn't he?
No, he had to cut a professional FIFA game short the other day because he had to go to the game.
I played him on Foot Champs last year. He is so sweaty.
I remember we did. I was doing the EPL when he was there.
Romelu Lukaku, who's obviously, I know he hasn't played a lot this season.
Too injured.
But
incredible, but
overall,
injured.
Current form.
Yeah, you've got to.
That's how I say it.
It's got to be Jota. Yeah. But that's the thing, it does feel a bit of not a cop-out, but having 3 forwards from Liverpool. But then statistically, they're the top scorers.
Let's put a name down then. Right, we're going to Jota because the last choice of manager could be the hardest of the lot. So that's the 11.
On walkies there.
Theo, let's pick a manager.
Manager, this is going to be very tough.
Arguably the 3 best managers in the world here. As well.
Can I just say, I mean, just before we get on to the manager, this team, with the front 3, before AFCON hits, we've got to respect all Liverpool. Mm-hmm. That's the thing. After AFCON, there might be a few changes there.
Indeed.
In terms of manager.
Based on this season.
Let's get a name down.
You've got to...
Do people disagree?
I'm going...
Who's top of the table?
Yeah.
Chelsea are top of the league.
You've got to go... Oh, well...
It's, for me, this season, I agree. It's Tuchel or Klopp.
It's got to be Tuchel.
So not
Pep at all.
I feel like when I watch City, they play the best football. When I watched them against Chelsea, they beat Chelsea and were exceptional. When they went to Anfield and drew 2-2, I thought they were the better side.
This is nearly as hard.
They did lose to Crystal Palace 2-0.
True.
They have had those kind of results.
This is nearly as hard as the right-back discussion.
But Liverpool have had some weird results.
Liverpool started maybe a little bit slowly, but
and they've drawn against the likes of Brentford.
Yeah. They're so all 3 of them.
We're going to have to push it. We're going to have to push it.
I've got to go Thomas Tuchel. Yeah, for me.
Should we just say it because they're top of the league?
Well,
it's an easy cop-out, isn't it? They're top of the league,
doesn't it?
They're top of the league.
We've got 5 Liverpool players on there, so we're not going to have the Liverpool manager. Let's get Thomas Tuchel.
You know what? This is quite a balanced team from all the 3 sides.
He'd be able to coach them well, put it that way.
And I actually think that team... Yeah, I agree. It's really well balanced.
Yeah.
The midfield, especially, there's a lot of Liverpool names up there.
Yeah.
But what can you say? So that is our guests' combined team of the season so far for Chelsea, Liverpool, and Manchester City.